Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here with our third episode of the KMK podcast. Today we have Brandon Hutch on the far end and
sir.
Brady sitting next to me.
Yo.
I'm Chris,
I'm Kevin.
and welcome, boys. Welcome.
Yeah, so today's topic is going to be siblings in sports. You know, we've been training these guys, seems like forever. But I just want to give the audience a quick breakdown. Brandon, how did we meet, and how did you come to me and KMK?
So I was in sixth grade, and we had he was at Competitive Edge at the time, Ronay's place up in Milford. And my basketball team was there, my travel basketball team. And my dad was late to pick me up, and it was just me and Kev just sitting there in the gym, like just awkward, like just sitting there. And he was like, "Oh, like is your dad coming to pick you up soon?"
I was like, are you?
What's
going on?
I was like, yeah, he'll be here in like 10. He just called me. And then I got his number. He gave me his number, and then I started training there at Competitive Edge with him one-on-one and stuff like that, and saw progress right away.
Awesome.
And then once he was like on the move, we would just go in like my garage in my basement and do like box jumps and stuff, and like
And that's
stuff
where
like
your
that.
kind of career took off too, right? Training out of
Yeah, I
garage
mean,
stuff.
like, so once I left Ronay's place, you know, I kind of was just going like house to house with the clients that I had. And I really kind of spotted out like who I really wanted to, you know, make better. And obviously he was like the first kid. So when I went over his house, those workouts, we crushed it. We'd go outside, inside, wherever.
It would be cold out.
Yeah.
Like it
Remember
just didn't
the
matter.
random Theragun I made?
Yeah, he made like
out of a
like
jigsaw?
like it was like like it was painful. Like it was
Yeah,
not
out
safe.
of like a power tool.
Yeah, literally made
Yeah.
a Theragun out of a power
And
tool.
he was like, oh, they're just starting. And I was like, oh, like, is this like real or like, did you make? He was like, no, I made it. Just like punch them.
Yeah, that was like before Theraguns
This is
popped
before
off.
I knew Kev
Yeah.
too. So like
Yeah.
I remember I would look out the window and be like, who is
Yeah.
this guy?
Who's
Like,
this
what is
random
he?
guy in my
Is
house?
that how you kind of came into contact with Kev through
100%.
training through Brandon?
100%. Yeah, he put me on. I remember my dad was talking to me about it. Like, this is the guy. He's younger. Like,
Yeah.
this is the guy
Awesome.
you got to go to.
That's
So.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Brett, our other brother, he always knew you from like
Yeah,
Notre Dame,
always-
West Haven and
yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah, so we almost like always knew each other, and we all grew up in the same town. You know, Orange, and we were both like all Amity kids. So
yeah.
So for those of you guys who are out there who don't really know, you want to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit. Why don't we start with you, Brady?
Yeah, Brady Hutchinson. Brandon's my younger brother. My older brother Brett couldn't make it today. Just turned 20 years old.
We have a sister too, Brady.
You do have a sister, but she doesn't fit in. Just turned 20 years old, which is crazy to say. For high school, I went to St. Joe's in Trumbull, played football, had a great time. Did a post-grad year at Avon Old Farms in Avon, Connecticut, and now I play football at Colgate in upstate New York. So
Awesome.
I'm Brandon Hutchinson. I'm the youngest of the four. I followed him and went to St. Joe's, and I play football, basketball, and baseball. I'm a senior now, and yeah, I'm currently during basketball season right now.
Awesome. Yeah, so for the whole reason for this podcast is we're going to talk about siblings, obviously these two brothers and their career in sports and what it's like growing up in a household full of athletes and what it takes kind of as brothers and siblings to push each other as athletes and as brothers.
Yeah, so what would you guys say was like the biggest factor of you know, getting into sports? Was it your parents, or did you always just love playing sports? Like, how did you guys get into involved in playing sports, would you say?
I mean, yeah, my dad, he played baseball at Yale and went on to play in the minors a little bit.
Goat.
So I guess my mom, she goes to regionals some years for tennis. So I guess we were just born into like playing sports and being
That
the
athletic
youngest.
gene.
Yeah, being the youngest, everyone was already playing by the time I was born. So I was obviously just going to start right away. And then I think as we got older, we really like found which sports fit us the best, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
and I mean, I feel like, you know, I know your parents personally very well, but like, you know, kind of describe to the audience how your parents, you know, push you on a daily basis, not just in sports, but like in life, and how they always try to, you know, steer you down the right path. I mean, because you got some really good parents there. So
yeah, so I wouldn't realize how like great parents I had until like a year or two ago. I remember like growing up, like our house was always clean, like everything. We were always on time to everything. And I remember I would go to like my friend's house and like it would just be dirty and there would just be stuff everywhere. And like it just wasn't normal. I don't know. And that's when I realized like, wow, like my parents really care about stuff like this. And I remember growing up, I mean, 4 kids. So, I mean, my sister would have something to do, and then let's say I had baseball lessons, and Brandon would have to go play
driving
basketball.
around
And they would
everywhere.
just figure out how to get us there on time, pick us up, feed us. Like, it was just, that's when I knew how great parents I had. And then, like, just like the work ethic, my dad always up early, up late. My mom just, like, never laying down, doing nothing, like, always has stuff to do around the house or outside of the house, like, things like
And
that.
I think that's since it's their routine, you know, it kind of spreads to you guys as kids. You know, you're looking up to your parents. It kind of forces you to do that in the same way. You know.
Yeah. He made a good point. It's like, I feel like you don't really appreciate your parents until you're older. Like, I didn't really appreciate mine, but, like, you know, my parents drove me to every single state imaginable for AAU basketball, and it, like, kills their weekend. Like, they're not doing anything fun. They're just driving around watching basketball games. I know, you know, they're supporting me, but, like, they give up, you know, everything. So that's a good point. Like, I feel like you don't really, you know, realize it until you're older.
Right. Definitely agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like backing off of what Brady said, you know, obviously I'm younger, so, like, they would tell me, like, oh, like, you won't realize it until you're older, like, how much you, like, appreciate your parents and stuff like that. And, like, they would always find time to, like, come watch our games wherever they are.
Yeah,
and, like, it's crazy, like, how much they do for us and, like, literally, like, every single day. So, yeah.
Like, when you're growing up, you think it's just the norm, but then you get to a certain age and you're like, wow, and my parents
all
really
parents
went
are like that.
above and beyond every day
yeah.
for years at a time.
Yeah, still do. So.
Inspiring, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think everyone kind of who looks at the Hutchinson brothers sees you both as football players. At what age did you guys really kind of figure out that football is the sport that you guys wanted to dial truly
later for
in
him.
on?
Yeah, so growing up, we were always a baseball family, obviously, because of my dad. I mean, our parents had us play everything. I played tennis, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, soccer.
I was goated at tennis.
You name it,
I
they
feel
had
like
us
he would
play.
be
We
good.
all played everything.
I don't know. I think I got you guys both beat. We could go to a
No,
court. We
I
could go to a
actually
court.
used to be, like lessons. Like,
Oh,
gross.
okay.
So during, like, the indoor soccer days, this had to be, like, a while ago. I don't even know how old I was. I used to, like, run up and down the field and kick it or whatever. Like, not much talent involved. And, like, the ref would always come up to, like, my mom after the game and be like, does he play football? Like, he's really fast. Like, you need to get him to play football. My mom would never let me play football. Like, in elementary school, I'd always be begging her, can I please play Amity Pop Warner, please? And she would just
Football
say,
is
no,
always
no,
like
no.
a mom's worst
Yeah,
nightmare.
Yeah, she was like,
Exactly.
if you want to play, you wait till you're in high school and then you'll play, thinking that once I got there, I wasn't going to want to play. So
Yeah.
freshman year, I started playing. From there, I loved it. Like, I knew it was what I wanted to do. I liked it way more than baseball.
Yeah.
I hated practicing in baseball. I hated going into the indoor cage in the winter and hitting for baseball. Like, football, I just feel like I went out there. I mean, you played football. You just feel like you go out there, you have fun. Like, it's just.
But you love every aspect of football. I mean, you should see how this kid works on a daily basis. I mean, not to get too far off topic, but I mean, like, he does 3 morning sessions, one with each trainer. You know, a strength workout, mobility workout, and then a speed training workout. So I mean, his work ethic is next level. But I think it's next level because you actually love it. You know, it's not really like work. It's not like, oh, I have to go work out 3 times. It's like you actually enjoy it and look forward to it. So.
Brandon, what about you? I think it was a little different for you, right? Whereas in
Yeah.
basketball?
I mean, I was always like a basketball kid. I was kind of like always the point guard, like running the floor. And then I followed my brother's footsteps, just playing basketball. I was good to go to Notre Dame West Haven, like 85% going to Notre Dame West Haven in the summer of 8th grade going into freshman year. And then
What happened?
I don't know. I just the vibes at St. Joe's were just better. I was watching my sister's softball games ever since I was like in 4th grade, so I was just there more, and I was at St. Joe's more. But yeah. So freshman, sophomore year, I was just playing basketball. Baseball sophomore year, obviously it got canceled freshman year, but then his senior season got canceled because of the COVID stuff, and. I guess I noticed and realized like how much pain like his whole friend group was in and stuff, and I was like, it's like
The Redeem team.
yeah, because I mean that 2019 team coming off, like they had a great year and they were expected to have another year like that, and so I think like I was just like, all right, like maybe I'll try it out, maybe not, and then I was like going to the field a little bit with him, and then I guess my mom. She didn't want me to play. She wanted me to stick to basketball, and I was texting with Coach Dell at St. Joe's, like I'm trying, like
Dude,
I'm trying
I was
to get my
having
mom.
fights with your parents about, like, they were like, tell him he just needs to play basketball.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I'm
I-
going to be honest, he's going to be sick at football.
No, exactly. So I ended up writing an essay to my mom to let me play. She was like going for like tennis or like somewhere with my sister, and my dad was like, you should like do something like extra, like that people don't normally do, like.
Yeah.
So I wrote an essay to let me play, and then she was like, all
Sick.
right.
I
She was
didn't
like, all
know
right, whatever.
I do
Like,
remember that.
she was like,
Yeah,
I guess.
fire.
I still have it on my phone. I think it's the best essay I've ever written either, too. But,
He like printed it out and everything too. It was
Wow.
like 2-3
it was
pages.
legit. Yeah, it was legit. And then, I had a great junior season. I worked with him a lot in the off season, and another receiver that graduated from St. Joe's, and I played the same position as them. So they really just taught me. And then I think the coaches at St. Joe's really got me like the knowledge of like what to do and stuff. Because like last year, I remember on Thanksgiving, so that's like week 10 in the season, and I still didn't know how to block. So like the coach was like yelling at me how to block, and I was like, I'm just trying not to get like a holding. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'll teach you whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess like they really helped me on like learning like throughout stuff, and like the transition from basketball to baseball. Basketball to football. I guess like it really like there's a lot of things that like go into it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the jukes.
Did
I
you
was doing.
completely stop playing basketball?
No, he's
or do
still,
you
No.
still playing.
Yeah, no, I'm the captain right now.
Awesome.
Starting point guard. We're pretty solid this year, like 5-2. We're young, so like
Right.
we're
Future's bright.
at times we fall into traps, and at times when we're hot, we're hot. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, that's good. I mean, I always thought that he was going to be a natural at football just because he's so
They're all
shifty.
like super athletic, you know.
Yeah.
It's great that you guys you need that in high school. I think like playing the multiple sports, that's what really makes you that athlete.
Yeah.
Especially going into college, you know.
Yeah.
You could ask your older brother, you know. It's
Yeah.
like playing the multiple sports growing up helps you at whatever sport you're
for sure.
best at.
I mean, I've definitely thought about playing two in college. Like, I remember at one of the camps I was at this summer, one of the Salve Regina football coaches came up to me and he was like, "If you and I hear you're good at baseball, like, you know, a lot of people play two at our school." And like, I guess, you know, looking at colleges and what I want to do, like, I feel like playing two in college is something different because not as many people do that. So I guess
Very tough.
that's definitely an option as well.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, next question I had was for Brady. So what's it like what's the difference between having a younger brother and an older brother? And do you treat them differently? Like, how does that motivate you? Do you want to try to inspire the younger? So kind of just talk about that, like growing up.
Yeah, so being in the middle, I feel like is the best because I have both worlds. I have an older brother that I can look up to and I could talk to him about things. And I have a younger brother who I can try and be a role model for. So growing up, I mean, I always looked up to Brett just because he was older. His friends, I always tried to hang out with his friend group. He wouldn't let me. But from early on, like he knew he was taking the basketball route, and I knew like basketball wasn't my thing. So like that's kind of where we separated. But then him being my younger brother, we always did everything together. Like we grew up in the same room. We used to sleep in a bunk bed and talk every night till like, I don't know, 1, 2
Go to
a.m.
dogs.
Yeah, my
Go
mom
to
would, my mom would
dogs.
yell up
You're
the
right.
stairs like, "Go to sleep!" Like we just did everything together. We shared everything. I gave him my clothes, my hand-me-downs. But now it's cool. It's cool now because like now that I took the football route and I know he's probably thinking about it and gonna end up taking it. Like we could take it to a whole nother level. Like just training, just lessons, just on the field stuff, off the field stuff, how to do this, how to handle that. Like it's cool, definitely cool being the older brother, but also having like a younger brother feel since I have an older brother as well. So.
Right.
And he's like experienced everything that you're about to experience, so you can just say like, you know, Brady can give you good advice and say like, you know, I didn't train like this when I was your age, so if you train like this, you'll be that much better than me. So I feel like that's a
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like being the youngest, and like seeing all the success that like my older siblings had. I don't want to say like it's pressure, but it's kind of like
They just set the standard. Like
it's like a
You're
motivation.
following in those footsteps.
people don't talk
yeah.
about my sister a lot, but she was still all state in 2 sports, won multiple state championships. Like she said it.
Unknown fact, she's number 2 in all-time SJ hits.
really.
Yep.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Don't bring it up to her. She's mad. She's not one.
If you ask my dad who the most athletic in the family is, he'll probably say my sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
what he
So-
says. I don't know if it's true, but that's what he
Not
said.
anymore. Not anymore.
So what do you guys, I mean, now that all you guys, you know, play sports, you got 4 of you guys, what do you kind of want the Hutchinson legacy to be when someone brings up your name? Because obviously you guys are super popular in the SJ community, but also ND, Amity, you know, when someone mentions your guys' name, what do you want them to say? Both of you guys.
That's a good question. I feel like the Hutchinson last name, like we just want to kind of, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like I'm still young to answer that question, but
Yeah. You're building it now, though.
Right.
yeah, we are building
build it
it.
by your
I just want
actions.
kids to be able to like look at me one day or look at him and be like, all right, if he did it, you know, he's from Connecticut, where I'm from. He doesn't really have much considering Connecticut-wise. Like, no one cares about football here. No one recruits here, stuff like that. If he can do it, I can too, like with hard work and dedication and all that. That's what I preach on.
And I think that Kevin and I could both see from the both of you guys just coming in here week by week, day after day, we both definitely see plenty of talent from you two. Definitely.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think you guys are going to be successful in, you know, not just sports, but in life, because you both got you both got both genuine people, great personalities, you know when to make connections, and, you know, you work hard at whatever you do. So, you know, once the sport life is over, then, you know, I think you guys will be successful in whatever you do. And I think you have your dad to thank for that, too, because he was an athlete, and then, you know, he came and a very successful businessman, too. So I think, like, you know, being successful in sports just sets you up for life kind of after, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What future goals? What's the main top goal for both of you? What do you want to be when you grow up, I guess?
I want to be a financial advisor. I guess part of me wants to try being a comedian, because I feel like I make a lot.
You would kill that.
I feel like I make a lot of people laugh. I think that's like back to what that question you just asked Brady. I guess I like spreading like love, and like I've like never really hate anyone. Like I'm big on just like being friends with everyone I know. Like honestly, whether it's on the field or off, like I'm always like making friends and stuff like that. And I guess like that's a good characteristic to have. Like obviously I'm a very competitive person. Yeah. And like so on the field, like if you're guarding me or anything, like I'm gonna make your day miserable. But at the same time, like a lot of the kids that have guarded me, like I made friends with, I followed on Instagram, like, so I guess that's one thing my dad always tells me about, like, if I wanted to be a financial advisor, my ability to like talk to people that I just meet and stuff is like very good, and like I'm very good with communicating, so that's something that would help me in the financial world a lot.
100%.
Like,
I see that.
Considering like getting clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I guess
Really good advice.
Yeah, I'm a big Sebastian Maniscalco fan, the comedian. So I'm always watching him before I go to bed, and I just feel like I could like low key be one like at times. But
Did you see his new one that I think it was on Netflix?
Yeah,
recently?
mad funny. Yeah,
So
like
funny.
I never really sit there on my phone and like laugh when I'm at home, but like he actually like makes me laugh.
he's great.
And I
He's
feel like
great.
I could low key be like a good comedian. So like I mean that's just for fun.
He's
but
definitely got like the personality for it too. Like growing up, like everyone loved Brandon. Like my friends, Hannah's friends, but like where's Brando? Where's Brandon?
yeah.
Like he's
I
always
have
just
people ask me, like, when's Brandon coming in?
yeah.
I'm
He's just a likable
He's just
guy.
here.
Everyone likes him. Like I mean, I had my group of friends, whatever, but like it seems like he's friends with everyone, which is great. So
yeah.
How about you, Brady? Going into your sophomore season, right at Colgate, what are some future goals or future plans that you have?
Obviously, I want to try and play football for as long as I can till the wheels fall off.
Tell him. Goals NFL. Come on.
Whether that's NFL, overseas, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna make it, right, Kev?
Yes.
Hard work, dedication.
We'll put this clip up when you go up to the draft board.
Smile and
And
wave.
then you'll buy me that rollie or something.
Sure.
Outside of football, I don't know. I feel like I just want to do something that like is important or like I have status in. So whether that's being like, I don't know, a politician or a trainer like you or an NFL head coach or something like that. I really don't know. I've given it some thought, but I feel like I'm still kind of young. So I
Yeah,
haven't
you're still
really-
young.
I mean, I'm sure his goals will change a million times before.
yeah, low key a fashion designer too. I was just thinking about it. That'd be
Except
pretty
those,
sick,
what
too.
were those things that you had? The spikes. Those were the worst looking shoes I've ever seen.
But it got your attention. You're
Those
still
goth
talking.
It
Crocs.
got me.
You're
It
still
got my attention.
You're
I
still
was
talking
What
about
were you
him.
wearing?
He's talking about him
He
2
had-
years later.
No, he had these all black Crocs that were like goth and had like spikes coming
Metal,
out. of them.
like they
And
would
he,
cut,
and he
like-
paid like
Yeah.
$220 for them. I'm like,
And he
bro,
comes in,
what
he
do you
goes,
do?
"Yo, how goated are these?" I'm like, "Those are the ugly shoes."
And guess what? He's still talking about it 2 years.
I guess it
later.
worked.
So who won? Thank
He
you.
did, I guess.
Yeah.
You need
Don't
some
talk about
eyeshadow and some makeup to go with those Crocs.
No. It wasn't even like to be like I just got them because I
Trendsetter.
thought they were cool.
Yeah,
like I just thought like
Yeah.
like they were like no one else wears those, so I
Would
feel
you
like
say,
it would be
Kev,
cool.
Trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Yeah.
Trendsetter.
And at that time, I was big like listening to like Lil Peep. Like he was like this. No, he's not bad. He's actually not bad. But like I just feel like
R.I.P. Lil Peep.
like I just feel like it was just cool to have because no one else had them. Like I wasn't like really trying to wear them to like
That's fair.
make people be like, oh, those are sick. I was more just wearing them like to like oh.
And
like,
did
what
you
if
like them? You liked them, right?
at the time. Now looking back, I don't know why I bought them.
Yeah,
Let me show you the shoes you need. These are the everydays.
Yes.
You need one pair of these. The minute they get dirty, you get another one.
Are you promoting for it?
I'm promoting
Air Force?
white Air Force One. Every pair of shoe you ever need now. Goes with everything.
Give them a call.
Yeah. No. Do you guys have anything for us? Any questions for us you guys got?
I would say a question I have for Kev is, like, at what age or what time in your life did you realize that, like, the morning routine is just so important and vital to start your day and for, like, your mental health and physical health?
When I was older, I didn't realize it till like after college and like a couple years after college.
Tell him the morning routine, Kev.
Well, yeah, he knows. I mean, I'm with this kid in the morning, so he knows. But I just realized how important it was, just because it's really like, all right. So think about it in sports, right? Like if you have a bad warm up, you're probably gonna go play bad in the game, right? It's the first thing you do. So you got to make sure, like if you look at real NFL players or NBA, whatever, their warm ups are extensive. Everything's calculated. Like you're a pro, right? You're like that's what you got to think yourself as. So like, you know, when I wake up, that's like my warm up to my day. So I was like, I don't, mess around with it. I have the same thing, and I know it works. And once it works, I just keep the ball rolling. Right. And then I'm, at the end of the day, it's all about being happy. And when I fall out of that, like I'm unhappy. Like sometimes on vacation, I'll be like, oh, I woke up too late, didn't start, looked at my phone right away, and then it just like sets the tone for a bad day. So it was later after college, but like once I just tried it, then it was the thing for me. So
Stay true to it.
Stay true to it. Yep.
Awesome.
What about you, Chris?
My morning routine. So unlike Kev is in here, 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
He has a lot of the older adult clients in here at KMK. He trains you in the morning, I think, a few times a week. But my morning routine it's like I wake up, I eat breakfast, and then I'll come to the gym, we would say like 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah. And then from there, it's just training on the go. Chris
also stays later than me though, so I'm out earlier. So up earlier, out earlier. I like to end my day, shut my phone off, and so it's not right or wrong. Everyone has just different schedules, so but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, right. Well, Kev, what do you think? You've obviously started with these kids since they were super, super young. Looking at where they are now, what are some things you have to say? Looking at from where they started.
I mean, I just want to be a part of their lives as much as possible. We always joke about it because obviously I work with their dad for financial advising, and he's awesome, he's the best, and then we're always joking, but the day will come where like you guys will be my financial advisors, and we're just like we'll just be talking in a room like this. I mean, it's gonna happen. So I'm just like everything they do, they're on an upward trajectory. So I'm really just excited to be a part of their lives, and they're very grateful.